Hello everyone. Welcome to the Blockchain News Club. Let's take a brief intro into today's crypto updates before going into the details. Gensler reasserted his opinion that all crypto transactions aside from Bitcoin fall under securities laws. Lawyers tend to disagree. Gary Gensler has argued that cryptocurrency projects with people working on their prosperity with investors hoping for profit based on their efforts are simply operating as unregistered securities. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse expressed his cautious optimism concerning regulatory clarity on crypto in the U.S. The pro-Ripple lawyer, John Deaton, has been challenged by California plaintiffs in the ongoing Ripple SEC lawsuit. Ripple partner Tranglo announced today that it has signed EzyRemit, one of Australia's fastest-growing fintech companies, as a new partner. Before we dive deep into today's updates, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please hit the subscribe button. It will help us a lot. SEC chair reasserts every crypto is a security aside from Bitcoin, lawyers disagree. Gary Gensler's recent interview with New York Magazine has again caused a stir in the cryptocurrency industry. The head of the SEC said again that, other than spot trading for Bitcoin, he thinks that all crypto assets and all changes should be governed by U.S. securities laws. Even though crypto assets haven't been officially put into a category yet, Gensler said that everything but Bitcoin is a security. He thinks that the people behind all crypto projects and networks are trying to sneakily get investors to buy tokens. There are people behind these cryptocurrencies using a variety of complex and legally opaque mechanisms, but at the most basic level, they are trying to promote their tokens and entice investors. Lawyers disagree. He said that these tokens are securities at their core because there is a group in the middle and the public expects to make money based on that group. Jake Chervinsky, a lawyer and the head of policy at the Blockchain Association, said that Gensler's words or opinions are not the law. The SEC lacks authority to regulate any of them until and unless it proves its case in court. For each asset, every single one, individually, one at a time. Hester Pierce, a commissioner at the SEC, agrees with this idea and has asked Congress to speed up the process of passing laws and officially classifying crypto assets. Until then, regulators like the SEC will take matters into their own hands with these enforcement actions, as they have been doing with gusto this year. Using enforcement actions to tell people what the law is in an emerging industry is not an efficient or fair way of regulating, she said earlier this month in response to the SEC's Kraken crackdown. Until there is a strong regulatory framework for digital assets in the US, the SEC will keep fighting crypto, even if it doesn't have the power to do so. SEC might label all cryptocurrencies except Bitcoin as securities. Crypto crash looming? The Securities and Exchange Commission of the United States has stepped up its crackdown on altcoins. Bitcoin barely escaped the regulators' attention. Gary Gensler, the head of the Securities and Exchange Commission, has said many times that cryptocurrency projects that took part in initial coin offerings, initial DEX offerings, and initial exchange offerings should be considered securities. Gensler has also said that cryptocurrency projects where people work to make them successful and investors hope to make money off of their work are just unregistered securities. Because of this, most altcoins with development foundations, like Ethereum, will face regulatory changes in the coming months. Also, most crypto projects want investors from the United States because the country controls about 25% of the world's economic activity. Still, some projects have started to look for other places to base their businesses in order to get through the crypto winter. In the ongoing Ripple vs. SEC lawsuit, Brad Garlinghouse said that the company could move to a country that supports cryptocurrencies if the court rules that XRP is not a registered security. After the Kraken Exchange's $30 million settlement, the SEC is already working on crypto staking projects. This means that most POS-secured blockchains, such as Solana, Ethereum, and Cardano, are not sure what the rules are. Jake Chervinsky, who is the chief policy officer at Blockchain Associations, thinks that the SEC and Gensler don't have the power to control all crypto. Chervinsky argued, for example, that the SEC and Gensler should prove their case against each crypto asset in court instead of generalizing about the whole altcoin market. Michael Saylor, a Bitcoin maximalist, replied that Bitcoin is the only digital asset that should be used as global money. Europe's crypto regulations are leaving US in the dust, Ripple exec says. The world of crypto regulation is changing because different parts of the world are taking different steps. Recently, Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, said that he was cautiously optimistic about the future of crypto regulations in the US. The CEO talked about the 118th Congress and mentioned bills like the Cryptocurrency Facilitation for Investors and Digital Assets Act, the Securities Clarity Act, and the Clarification for Digital Tokens Act. But Garlinghouse said that no bill is perfect, and it's likely that there will never be one that everyone is happy with. Perfect should not be the enemy of progress. These proposals provide more than a starting point for debate in this new Congress. Also, the CEO of Ripple praised Brazil, the EU, Japan, and Singapore, which, when it comes to regulations and laws, are ahead of the US. But Susan Friedman, an international policy counsel at the controversial blockchain currency platform, says that the US regulatory landscape is broken right now. According to the news, she talked about the rules at the state level and the federal financial protections for traditional finance. Ripple's executive also said that Europe is making rules and regulations for the crypto space that cover everything. She asserted, "We fully expect Europe to become a natural hub for responsible participants going forward. But the US is having trouble with a mess of laws and regulations and legal problems. On the other hand, Europe is working on a comprehensive regulatory framework that could make it a center for digital asset platforms." At first, the SEC filed a case against Ripple Labs in December 2020, saying that the payment platform issued XRP as an unregistered security. But Ripple's CEO said that the chances of coming to an agreement with the SEC are almost zero. He said, "We expect a decision from the judge certainly in 2023. Crypto exec sounds alarm for Ripple. No chance of winning against SEC. As Ripple's legal battle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission goes on, Gene Hoffman, president of the Chia Network, has said that he doesn't think the company can win the case. Hoffman said in a Twitter thread that Ripple made a mistake when they sold XRP before they registered Ripple stock, and that this would be a big reason why they lost. Hoffman replied to a Twitter user's joke that Chia was better than Bitcoin because SEC Chair Gary Gensler recently said that all cryptocurrencies except Bitcoin are securities. Hoffman made it clear that Chia's token, XCH, is not a security and that the company plans to register Chia equity to make sure it is legal. Matt Hamilton, who used to be Ripple's Director of Developer Relations, said that the SEC still went after Ripple even though it had registered its equity. He told Hoffman to keep a close eye on the Ripple case because the SEC is trying to say that secondary market sales can also be securities. Hoffman, on the other hand, said that the Chia company owns XCH but has never sold any tokens and that all XCH trades have come from farmers farming. Since December 2020, when the SEC sued Ripple and its executives for selling unregistered securities in the form of XRP, they have been in a legal battle with the SEC. The company has strongly denied the accusations, and the legal proceedings haven't changed the market value of XRP much, if at all. Crypto counsel John Deaton challenges SEC's narrative in court. In the ongoing Ripple lawsuit, California plaintiffs have challenged John E. Deaton, who filed a motion to let 7 non-parties file amicus curiae to support the defendant's opposition to the lead plaintiff's motion for class certification. In their reply, the plaintiffs said that Deaton's proposed brief was wrong both in terms of procedure and content. The plaintiffs say that the proposed amici, which include Deaton's family members and employees, have nothing new or important to say and just repeat the arguments made by the defendants. Also, the plaintiffs have argued against Deaton's claim that he speaks for a group of 75,890 people who own XRP. They also say that Deaton, who says he is a fan of XRP, is not a neutral party because he has said in public that he is a Ripple shareholder and bought shares in the company in November 2020. People have asked the court to throw out the proposed amicus curiae briefs and make a decision about whether or not non-parties should be able to file amicus briefs in the lawsuit. The court has a lot of freedom to decide whether or not to let a person who is not a party to the case take part as an amicus curiae. The case Ripple vs. SEC is still going on. Vladi Zakhanov, an investor, has been suing Ripple for a long time. Deaton joined the case as a friend of the court. Zakhanov says that Ripple sold XRP as a security that had not been registered. Deaton says that the court shouldn't certify the class because the people who own XRP don't agree on everything. Deaton says that only a small number of people who own XRP say that it is an unregistered security. The lawyer for Ripple had already tweeted that he was sure Ripple would win the high-profile court case and that the current Supreme Court would stop what he called the gross overreach of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Zakhanov vs. Ripple is a court case that could have a big effect on the future of XRP and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole. Ripple scores new ODL partner as XRP bulls target these price levels. Ripple partner Tranglo said today that it has added EzyRemit as a new partner. EzyRemit is one of Australia's fintech companies with the fastest growth. A press release says that EzyRemit will use Tranglo's cross-border payment solutions, such as the on-demand liquidity payment technology based on XRP. As part of Tranglo's global push for Ripple's on-demand liquidity, the partnership will also allow EzyRemit to use ODL to maximize working capital and provide fast, low-cost transactions in key corridors like Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, India, and Bangladesh, the announcement says. Through an interface, EzyRemit will use the Tranglo platform to route transactions in real time without any problems. It is also said that the partnership will help EzyRemit simplify its operations and create new revenue streams by giving its customers more ways to send money abroad. Alan Wynn, co-founder and CFO of EzyRemit, said of the partnership, "The strategic partnership between EzyRemit and Tranglo will give all customers a full cross-border payment solution. This partnership brings together EzyRemit's large network of money transfer services and Tranglo's knowledge of global payment infrastructure." So, it's not clear yet how much XRP-based ODL technology will be used by EzyRemit. Keep in mind that Tranglo turned on ODL for all of its payment corridors in March 2022, after starting an ODL pilot in September 2021. At that time, Tranglo said it would use ODL transactions through RippleNet from markets like Australia, Japan, the Philippines, and Singapore. Ripple also bought 40% of Tranglo in 2021 so that it could grow RippleNet and its ODL service. With EzyRemit, Tranglo and Ripple get a new partner who wants to get ahead. In 2022, EzyRemit was a finalist for the FINI Awards, the AFR Most Innovative Companies Awards, and the India FinTech Awards. This year, the company wants to grow its market for sending money to more than 150 countries. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel for regular updates in the blockchain community.